The Samsung Galaxy S4 is here. It's in the Indian market now, and this is one advantage Samsung has always had. They've had the tap of the Indian market. They know we don't like waiting too long for products. Not long after the New York launch, it's here in India. It's available in the markets for about 39,500 if you find the right deals. We checked one yesterday. Before we get on with the detailed review of this phone, it's important to specify that what we are getting in India is the Exynos octa-core version, not the Snapdragon 600, which is currently restricted only to the LTE markets, America being one of them. The version that we are getting here has 16 GB of internal storage with a memory card slot. No word yet on the 32 gig or the 64 gig version, if at all. Let's get on with the review of the particular phone that we have. This is a 5-inch screen with a full HD resolution. Pretty much in line with what we've seen in the top of the line phones of late, with the Xperia Z and the HTC Butterfly being the ones before the HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy S4 came around. The TouchWiz UI on the face of it looks pretty similar to the predecessor, but what has been done here is it's been toned down a little to make it slightly smoother to navigate. The earlier version was a little overwhelming for anybody who was new to the TouchWiz UI. This one is a lot better. The rest of the treatment pretty much remains as it is. The display kind of enhances what the UI is all about. The advantage of an AMOLED screen has always been the color richness. This one is walking the same path. Some people may criticize it for slightly for having colors which are slightly unrealistic, but trust me when I say this, on the shop floor, if you have this and another phone, the consumers will pick this 9 out of 10 times because of the better color handling. The Samsung Galaxy S4 does face a lot of criticism for its plastic build quality. Now, all those criticisms are fair to a certain extent when you compare it to the build quality of, let's say, the Sony Xperia Z or the HTC One. Looking at the phone in isolation, this one is slightly better in the hand than the Galaxy S3. The materials used have been improved a little. The designing has been changed a little to kind of give it a flat feel on the back. The S3 had a little bit more curve on the sides as you were nearing the edge or the spines. The bigger screen has been fit in a form factor which is essentially the same as that of the predecessor, which basically is because of the thinner bezel on the right and the left of the display. That is something which is very important. Had this phone become bigger than the predecessor was, it would have become a little ungainly. One issue that we have despite the big screen display is the quality of the keyboard. Personally, I do not like it. Now, they had so much real estate here available. They have wasted a little too much in the key spacing and trying to spread out the keyboard a little more than it should have been. The keys are a tad too small and there's too much spacing between them. It will take some time for your fingers to get used to this. Apart from that, for multimedia playback, this is a very good phone. Like I said, the display is excellent. It is pretty much at par with the HTC One in terms of sharpness and text readability, but takes that extra step when you're watching multimedia on it. You will have a detailed comparison of how this one benchmarks against the HTC One, as well as the display quality comparison and the camera quality comparison. For the moment, we will just say that this phone for 41,500 MRP, market price of about 39,500, is a phone that you should consider. We are not for one moment saying you should not consider it because it's plastic. That's completely down to personal preferences. But this is a phone you should consider if you're looking for a phone in that price budget, along with the HTC One, the iPhone 5, and possibly even the Sony Xperia Z.